I'm back and it's Sunday night, and you know I had to watch the last episode of Housewives of Atlanta before we go into the reunion next week. The last episode aired tonight and it was juicy. Okay, let's get into what Kenya Moore stated, because if y'all did not go watch Carlos King's interview with Kenya Moore, honey, you are missing it. The Nene interview with Carlos King was everything, and this interview did not hold back. I swear for God, Kenya Moore gave them. Let me tell you something. If Shade was a person, it'd be Kenya Moore, honey, because she done told y'all how boy she was and everything, okay? She gave us the tea on Bravo, and I believe that she will not be back next season. Oh, Lord. I believe she will not be back next season, honey. And let me tell you why. Because, okay, like I said, go watch the 2-part interview with Carlos King, right? And now you watching my video. Let's just say you watched it already. And you watching my video. Let's go into what she posted tonight on her Instagram. Underneath her new page, which is Kenya Moore Hair Spa. Let's go right to it. Now, this is coming from the Industry on Blast Officials, and this is what it reads. Following the Kenya Moore Hair Spa on IG for the unseen deleted scenes of Real Housewives of Atlanta of my spa opening tonight at 8 p.m. Now, here's the tea, honey. And let me tell you why Kenya Moore is a genius. Because they only showed a little bit in tonight's season finale of Kenya Moore's spa being open, right? They only showed a little bit of it. A tad bit. A lot of it tonight was about Drew and the marriage, which if you don't watch DJ Richie Sky on YouTube, y'all should go watch him too. Reason why I say that is because he's right. Why is it that we only got to see a little bit of Drew's unraveling of her marriage when it's been unraveling, right? They should have kind of opened up with it. Like, to me, they should have opened up with it and then closed with it, because that was, to me, was the biggest story on the whole season. Okay? So Carlos King and DJ Richie Sky is right about that part, because even Carlos King said the same thing. And Kenya Moore said the same thing. Now, Kenya Moore stated in the Carlos King interview that they did not really cover her spa opening. They showed us a glimpse of it in the first part of the season when she was getting the repairs done and X, Y, and Z. They did not show her grand opening of her salon. Okay? They did not show it. And here's the thing. It was a process, like she said. And that's why I want y'all to go look at the interview with Carlos King. Because she said it was a whole process, and we get to learn what she has had to learn through the process of opening up a hair spa. Which I feel like a lot of people is not all for the BS. Which, what I mean by that is, it was a lot of BS this season with Marlo trying to argue with Candy all the time. That was getting bored. Nobody does not want to see black women, especially me being a black woman. Nobody does not want to see black women argue all the time. People feel like, oh, that's entertainment, X, Y, and Z. All right, it may be entertainment, but they dragged it throughout half of the season. And it did not make no sense when y'all could have been showing this young lady opening up a black hair spa in Atlanta. I did not understand that. I would have been that I'm a business owner. I would have, and I'm a hairstylist. So I would have wanted to see that process. But they did not show that process. And I'm very disappointed in Bravo. But let's get to it, because she got more to say. Then she goes on to say, presenting the soft opening of Kenya Moore Hair Spa that was deleted from the finale. Thank you, Team Twirl, for getting loud so I can be seen. Thank you for seeing me. Okay, and then she hashtagged, what is this? These MFers ain't stopping me. Ain't stopping me. Hashtag Real Housewives of Atlanta. Hashtag Kenya. Hashtag Bravo TV, honey. And that's what she had to say about Bravo TV. Now, you know me. I had to go on to the Instagram page so I can see the soft opening because it was everything. It was everything that I needed, and I knew that it would be because this is Kenya Moore. So let's go into that little clipping of her grand opening and let's see what her spa looks like. Now, this is the opening. I'm not going to play the music, but this is her opening, and this is her spa. Her spa is everything. It's a hair spa. It is everything in Atlanta, okay? I love it. It was a lot of different scenes. A lot of the housewives was there. So for y'all to not show that, but then show Marlo's foster care, and that was a cute scene for Marlo. You understand what I'm saying? But I get, if you like, again, if you go watch Carlos King interview with Kenya Moore, you will understand exactly what she was trying to say and why she gave so much shade into that post. So see, I went and watched it. You know me. I just didn't cover it yet because I wanted to see what the ending of the Bravo season was going to look like. But honey, now I get everything that she's saying. I understood it before, but I understand it even more now. This soft opening was everything. And I feel like Bravo should have covered it. They had multiple times where they could have covered her grand opening, her soft launch. It was a soft grand opening. She had a lot of people there. A lot of the Bravo girls, the housewives, was there. I did not understand why they did not do it. I don't get that. It's like they shading her. And that's what she felt like. She felt like they was being shady towards her. And that's what she expressed to Carlos King in the interview. And honey, she's not lying. They are trying to shade her. They are. This soft opening was everything. Let's get into some more pictures because she has more on here. This lobby to this spa, hair spa, is everything if you are a hairstylist, okay? This makes you want to get up in the morning and go wash some hair in your place of business immediately. You understand what I'm saying? And coming from a hair girl that does hair, it's just everything. And I felt like they should have showed more of it. And they failed. Y'all rather tape a whole bunch of nonsense because Marlo arguing with Kandi like Kandi never did nothing for her was crazy to me. It did not make no sense after a while. All that shading that they was trying to do and throw Kandi out there and try to shade her down to the ground, it seemed like it did not make no sense. From the moment that the show aired this season, they even had Courtney try to act like she was going to argue with Kandi, and then Kandi told her, listen, heifer, get out my face before I headbutt you. Not in those words, but she did tell her she was going to headbutt her. And I wasn't mad at it, because why are you sitting up there arguing with me about if I know you or not? Listen, I don't know you. Period. That's it. You understand what I'm saying? And I didn't understand why they was trying to horn in on these moments that should not have really been moments. So I get what Kenya said, yes, I was bored. Half of everybody that's been blogging about Housewives been saying that they was bored. Because even Carlos King, and he used to be a producer on the Housewives, and he even said he stopped watching Housewives this season because he didn't understand why they kept doing certain things. You have Marlo arguing with Kandi about her restaurant. Oh, why they not bringing up this, and why they not bringing up that? It's like they use Marlo to poke at Kandi. And it didn't make no sense to me. But yet, y'all couldn't record this which was part of Kenya's life, but y'all rather record nonsense all day. So when she said in Carlos King's interview that she felt like maybe certain people didn't want the Housewives of Atlanta to be number one no more, I feel that the same way. Why y'all producing half-ass? That's what I would call it. It's like, I'm going to do my job, but I'm not going to do it perfectly. I'm going to do the bare minimum. They did bare minimum producing this season, and it did not make no sense. They could have dug in a little bit more about Drew's life, a little bit. They could have opened that up a little bit more, because Ralph been shading Drew. I've been saying that about Ralph. From the moment he stepped on the TV screen, I did not like Ralph. I already knew that wasn't going to work out. Her star is beginning to rise a little bit more, and he's not feeling it. I already knew that. He's one of those people that seem like he's a little bit like a shady, jealous man of his wife. And that's the way he comes off. And he acts like a little bitch to me a little bit too. But anywho, but this lobby is everything. It's giving lobby. It's giving eloquence. It's giving glam. It's giving let me go to the spa and get my hair done. It's giving I want to go sit in one of those chairs. It's giving everything. And y'all could have recorded it. It was done. She dropped the videos tonight in the Instagram and produced this Instagram tonight at the season finale for that reason. And I'm not mad at her, because it did not make no sense to be sitting up there recording Marlo coming at everybody all season. That got a little bored. You came at Marlo. I mean, you came at Kandi. Came at Kenya. You came at this one. You came at that one. You shaded this one. You shaded that. Like, come on. When Housewives first came on, it was about the women, their businesses, and this and that and the third, and what they was doing in their lives. If it's about what they're doing in their lives, though, and it's supposed to be reality TV, key point in reality, and this is part of Kenya's reality, I'm not understanding why they just couldn't tape more of it. It was like they was being shady and they didn't want to put her in the forefront. It's like they was trying to push Marlo out there, which is crazy to me, because they made sure to show Marlo's store at the season finale episode, because they didn't show it all goddamn season. Let's get into some more. Nice. So even Cynthia was there at her opening of her spa. Like I said, majority of the girls was there. I did not understand why they felt like they could not show it. It didn't make no sense to me after a while. It's like y'all shading her for no reason. She's building a brand, and if you showing what's going on in Kandi's life and Kandi's restaurants and Kandi filming a movie and X, Y, and Z, why y'all going so hard to not show Kenya's? Oh, y'all just want her for good TV. Y'all don't want to show her business. And I believe that's what it's all about. They need Kenya for the show. They know they need Kenya for the show. Kenya knows they need her for the show. The audience knows they need Kenya for the show. But my thing is, we just going to show the bare minimum. We're going to show her being shady. We're going to show her interacting with the girls. But we're not going to show her businesses. We're not going to show her being great. We're not going to show all of that. And I don't like that. I don't like that. This season, to me, now that the season has aired and it's over, it has been a full disappointment to me too, Kenya. So when you said it was a disappointment to you and you were bored, you have everybody behind you rallying behind you. Team Twirl is in the building. Yes, we all were bored and we got tired of Marlo trying to shade everybody. Here's the thing, like Kenya Moore brought up in the Carlos King interview. Marlo didn't talk about none of her background. What's all the mugshot for? Okay, you cut a girl. She jumped off the bridge allegedly and, X, Y, and Z herself after you cut her in the face. All of this is alleged. But you can Google it. Google is our best friend. Anyway, but my thing is, why does she have all those mugshots? Why is it that y'all only got into one episode or two episodes of Courtney being her knight in shining armor when it came to her record? Oh, Courtney's gonna help me get my record expunged and this and that and that and the third. Did Courtney help her do that? Do we know that? They didn't even go back to that. They didn't want to speak on it. Like, speak on it! They didn't want to speak on it. They didn't speak on it. They never went back to it. It seemed like this season was all over the place. And I did not like it. I did not like it because I was there from the beginning when Housewives of Atlanta started. Shoot, I was there when the first housewife stepped on the scene. Okay, that's how early I was when Orange County stepped on the scene and opened it up for y'all girls, all of y'all, because those were the first ones on it, baby. And you had to be there from the beginning of some of these franchises. And for me to be there when Housewives of Atlanta first started to now, it's not what it is. I agree with Nene when she said it's not what it is. I agree with Kenya when she said it's not what it is. I agree with everybody because a lot of people watch. You going from one take to the next take looking like y'all chopping it up and just putting it together now. And at one point, like I said, Housewives of Atlanta was number one on the franchise. It seemed like they knocking it down 10 paces for somebody else to be put up there on that totem pole. Oh, we used them to build up the franchise. Get into it. We used them to build up the franchise, Bravo in itself. And then now we're going to knock them back down 10 paces because we don't need them no more. The house of Bravo has been built. Hello. And when Nene said that Andy Cohen's show, the late night show that he has, was built off the backs of Housewives of Atlanta, she ain't never lying. Because think about it. We wouldn't even know who Andy was if it wasn't for Housewives. We wouldn't know who he was. And I'm not trying to say I don't like Andy. I like Andy. But it is quite obvious that y'all don't want these black girls to be number one no more. And I don't believe it's time to bring in a new group of girls. No. Don't try to do what y'all did with New York because according to the ratings, that's not working for New York over there neither. Y'all took all those girls out and y'all brought in a whole new group of girls and ain't nobody watching, allegedly. That's the tea. But don't try to pull out all the girls and X, Y, and Z. I feel like they need new producers. Call Carlos King on the hotline. Get him up in there. Somebody needs to reproduce Housewives of Atlanta. Because the production team behind this was horrible. I'm sorry. It was horrible. And it's only getting worse. And I feel like somebody is out to make them not be number one no more. Y'all want to build up other franchises that y'all got on Bravo. I'm not going to say what those franchises are, but they'd rather build up those franchises than to build up Housewives of Atlanta. Y'all better get into it. And if y'all watch Bravo, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. But Kenya Moore shaded the hell out of Bravo tonight, and I'm not even mad at her. Let's go back to her post. Let's recap real quick. Like I said, let's take one more look at her spa. It is everything. Them flowers was everything. You see baby Brooklyn there, you know. Everybody was in. Acquaintance. Like I said, a lot of the Housewives girls was there, including Sheree. Candy, Cynthia. You had a lot of the girls there. I did not understand why they could not tape this. I don't get it. I don't get it. I see who ain't there, though. I see who ain't there. And is that the reason why y'all didn't tape it? Because your girl Marlo wasn't invited? Because I doubt if I know she didn't invite her. I know this. I don't even have to guess it. I know she didn't invite her. I wouldn't have invited her neither. She's not her friend. She tried to shade her all season. Why would she invite her to her spa? And I believe that's the reason why it wasn't aired. Bing, bong. Because Kenya was like, she didn't understand why they didn't show it. I know why they didn't show it, Boo Boo Kitty. Because Marlo Hampton it wasn't a presence there. And she wasn't invited. And I guess they figured, oh, well, if she don't invite Marlo, then we can't film it. So they punished her. I believe they've been punishing Kenya. I'll tell you when they started really punishing Kenya. They started punishing Kenya when Kenya didn't show she got married to Mark. Once she didn't show that, and she kept that in hiding from them, it was a problem for them ever since then. And I believe a lot of them behind the scenes still have an attitude with Kenya. So, of course, they did not show her salon. So I'm going to show it on my YouTube channel. It is everything. Okay? Go to the Instagram. Go look at all the pictures, honey. Because it is there. And I will be following the spa. Because Bravo is dead wrong for that. If y'all going to show people real lives, and people's talking about their real lives, they real lives, and it's a reality show, I feel like they should have showed it. Tell me what you think about it in the comments, YouTube. My name is Eve the Weed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Do you think that Kenya was right for posting what she posted tonight? Right after the finale of Housewives of Atlanta? I'm sitting up here waiting for Kendi to come on and say, speak on it, if I can do my last review of that for the season. But yeah, tell me what you think about it in the comments, YouTube. I gotta go. Later.